What's up, guys? Asher here from Srkcycles.com. Today we have a 2001 Yamaha Fz1. Always wanted to ride one of these. These, like the Fz6, this is an older R1 motor. Yeah, before they did the crossplane thing, this is like the first gen R1 motor in a more upright, kind of naked bike looking thing with a little bikini fairing. I really like the way these look. So yeah, Sean did the Fz6 a little while ago, and this is the Fz6's bigger brother. So we're gonna take it for a spin. Like I said, I've always been interested in these. So first time riding one, but it's not fully unfamiliar to me. Anyway, words of wisdom for the day. 1 Thessalonians 2:12, encouraging, comforting, and urging you to live lives worthy of God, who calls you into his kingdom and glory. All right, so 2001, this thing is still carbureted. It behaves in a manner very similar to my first bike, which was a, there we go, 1999. Okay, that clutch is like way out there. All right, there we go. I gotta adjust that, but I'm not going to right now. Behaves in a manner very similar to my first bike, which is a 1999. Ooh, it sounds good too. Anyway, my first bike was a 1999 Yamaha YZF 600R, the Thundercat. Kind of big sport touring. Yeah, you could sport tour on it, but I mean, it was a sport bike. This is, I can already tell you, this is way more comfortable than that bike ever was. And these, I mean, you could say that this is like the predecessor to the new Yamaha FZ10 and MT10, but they're a little bit different. The MT10 has an R1 based engine, but it's not. Woo! It sounds good too, man. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I mean, I got an FZ07 right now, but I kind of miss being on one of these inline fours with a full exhaust. I really like the way they sound. So as far as comfort goes, I am very, very comfortable on this. The handlebars are nice. The legs feel good. It's kind of forcing me to sit with my back straight up, which is good. It should be like that. Windscreen's doing a pretty good job. I mean, I'm not going real fast. We're going to go hit the highway here in a second. I'm not going real fast, so it's not like I can really give you a good idea how much air's hitting me, but we'll go on the freeway. I'll let you know, because my understanding, and again, you guys confirm or deny this, my understanding is that these do really, really, really well as sport tours. You can really put together a nice kind of budget like sport touring package by buying an older one of these or an FZ6 and putting a set of like throw on soft bags and a tail bag and a tank bag on it, and you got pretty much a really comfortable, bulletproof, reliable, fun, fast sport tour that you just set up for like less than $5,000 in some cases. But let me know in the comments below, guys, any older FZ1, FZ6 owners out there. Share your experiences with them. I love talking to you guys about this kind of stuff, and I love learning new stuff from you guys about the bikes that I'm riding that I maybe have never ridden before. So definitely you guys, let me know in the comments if you are an older FZ rider. How many miles have you put on it? Where have you ridden it to? Stuff like that. I want to know. But yeah, so this type of engine is just one that's it's real familiar to me. Even though it's a bigger version of the one that I had, this big carbureted inline four, it just feels, it feels like a house that I used to live in, and I hadn't been back to in a while, and now I'm back in it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, remembering all the kind of your fond memories of, you know, your first bike. That's kind of what's happening to me right now, because that's really the way this thing feels. I mean, you can tell there's a little more grunt down low than there was on the 600. Yeah, I mean, and again, just as far as comfort goes, I feel like, whoa, don't do that. Thank you. I feel like I'm ready to go on like a long trip, like a long weekend trip. Like, oh, you want to go ride oh man, I don't know. Yeah, it sounds so good. I love the way these things sound, man. I love the way these Japanese inline fours sound with a pipe on them. Anyway, yeah, like, I'm ready to go. You want to go ride I don't know, let's go to Kansas. Sure, Kansas seems nice. Kansas doesn't seem nice. I don't want to go to Kansas. West Virginia. Let's go to West Virginia today. All right, cool, let's do it. I mean, that's kind of how this thing feels. Yeah, I'm a fan of it so far. As far as weight goes, yeah, you don't feel it. I know it's heavier. It's heavier than the other FZ line, you know, anything else in the FZ line. But I'm just, once you get moving on these things, like, people obsess over weight so much. And I mean, while yeah, it is important, especially if you're doing, like, if you're a beginner, weight's important. If you're doing track days, weight's important. If you're a racer, weight is important. If you're just kind of hanging out, doing your own thing, there's no reason to get obsessed over weight. I mean, within reason, obviously. You know, nitpicking this thing because it weighs more than, you know, an Fz1 does. Well, yeah. I don't know how they managed to keep the weight that low on the 09. That's just, for the amount, like, the power to weight ratio on that bike's absurd. So, but yeah, I mean, I had a buddy who was looking at one of these, and he was complaining. He's like, oh, it's too heavy, it's too heavy. Guys, it's really not. It's really not that bad at all. All right, let's do the freeway. Let's see what this big liter half-naked bike's got. I'm kind of excited to see how it does on the freeway, to be honest. Oh, nope, can't do that. I'm also not used to. I just got off of the Ducati Panigale, which would just take straight off from the line. This one does not. I could have wound it out a little bit higher. You guys get on me all the time for not winding these out enough. Which is fine. You're not wrong. I do have a tendency to shift a little earlier than I should. You're not incorrect. All right, so what are we doing? We're doing like, yeah, okay. You, sir, Mr. Hyundai, need to get out my way. All right. Wow. All right, that's let's bring it back a little bit. That's quick, man. And you know what's crazy about it? Because you're in this nice, comfortable, upright, kind of, you know, a little more touring sort of position. I didn't, you know, I hit 100 there as I was accelerating. I didn't feel like I was going that fast. Well, I hit a claimed 100. I was probably going more like 80, 85. But it didn't. It just did it. It did it without even thinking about it. So this is a great bike. Oh my! Oh man! All right. So we're kind of getting to the time of year where the farmers start spraying their fields out here in Lancaster, and just like you'll drive through these random sections on the highway where it will just stink like animal poop. And this whole section through here has a number of spots. Like this section of 283 has a number of spots where if you like, you ride through it and you get hit in the face with just stink. So, yeah. Come out to Lancaster. Come ride with me and Sean. Smell animal poop the whole time. Nah, there are some good rides out here though. And that would be fun. You guys should come out and ride with us. That'd be neat. I keep trying to talk him into doing like an Srkcycles group ride. I think that'd be fun. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Like, get a bunch of people, plan it, meet up on a Saturday there at the shop. We all go for like a nice, like, probably, you know, hour and a half long ride. Stop for ice cream at the end of it. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know, man. I think we should do it. I think that'd be a good time. So, yeah, get down in the comments and yell at Sean and tell him we got to do a group ride. So, all right, so more on this bike. This is doing this effortlessly. I can't talk. This is doing this effortlessly. Effortlessly. It's doing it really easily, is what I'm trying to say here, because I can't word. Yeah, it's doing this no problem. I mean, it just feels like you could do it all day, and you just wouldn't have anything to worry about. That was really enjoyable. I'm just doing that because I like the way it sounds. So the other thing I'm looking at as well. I know this. You know, this doesn't mean too much to a lot of people. It doesn't mean a ton to me either. I got a green light. I really like the dash on this bike, the way it's laid out. Alright, so I don't need to get out of first gear. That's good to know. I really like the way the dash is laid out. It's got all the information presented very clearly, and it's got that big fat clock dial for the tach. I got one of those digital tachs on my Fz1, and woo! That's a quick bike. Yeah, that's properly quick. Pull back a little bit. There we go. So I got one of those digital tachs that like goes up around the outside. It's not the worst thing ever, but man, I love having that big fat just bam clock, you know, analog tach right there in the middle, and the clock actually works and is correct, which I appreciate. So this is a fun bike. This is a fun bike, guys. I mean, for somebody to look up for, looking to step up from something like maybe an R3 or a Ninja 300 or the CBR 600 RR, let me try that again. The CBR 300R, not the RR. The 600's the RR. I'm getting my R's all confused. Anyway, for someone who's trying to take a step up from one of those smaller beginner bikes but doesn't want to drop, you know, a ton of money on a brand new, you know, Fz1, Fz7, MT10, something like that. These older Fzs, the Fz6 and the Fz1s, man, these are good motorcycles. You know, if somebody were to hand me an Fz1 or an Fz6 and say, okay, Asher, you're not allowed to ride another bike, like you're not allowed to purchase another bike as long as you live, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I mean, I might complain about it after like 5 years, but it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I'd be pretty okay with it. They're both solid choices for people looking to step up from kind of the smaller bikes without dropping a ton of money. So, all right, guys, back at the shop. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. Like I said, you older FZ owners, go Come talk to me, man. Tell me what you guys think. Appreciate it. All right, guys. I'm Asher. We'll see you in the next one.